Welcome in and welcome back. This is a feature on the channel that I call Popcorn Weekly Movie News. There are 3 stories that I think are worth mentioning, and then the new section that I have added to the show, which is a look back at movies as opposed to a look forward. The number one thing is that Evan Peters, who is known as Fox's Quicksilver among other things, is reportedly in the Disney Plus series WandaVision, but probably not as Quicksilver. He is known, like I said, as Quicksilver from the Fox universe, and Quicksilver is, of course, Wanda's brother, but probably this is not a hint at a multiverse. We have to believe that it's not, although I kind of hope it is, a little bit. This is a surprising move to me, simply for the fact that after having just acquired the Fox properties, bringing in Fox actors, not necessarily the characters, but Fox actors to the Marvel Cinematic Universe, because those characters are still so fresh. Imagine Hugh Jackman showing up as Mr. Sinister. It would be offsetting, off-putting perhaps even. But this is an actor who is also known for his role in American Horror Story. He's real good at pulling off the weird/creepy people. So it makes me wonder if this is a play into the Doctor Strange 2 entanglements that are rumored to be part of the WandaVision series. And it makes me wonder if Evan Peters is going to be playing perhaps Nightmare or some other character that will be leading into that Doctor Strange 2 movie. Either way, as has been stated many times on this channel regarding The Mandalorian, Disney Plus seems to be accruing talent in heaps. So there's something to be said for that if we are not going to take anything else from this casting call. The second story that I think is worth mentioning this week: Mulan is rumored more and more heavily to be heading directly to digital release, which to me is disappointing on many levels. One of the other shows that I do here on the channel is obviously The Weekly Investor, and I've let it be known that I am an investor and I am long on Disney as a company. So strictly from a numbers perspective, you're not going to get out of this film what you would have as a worldwide release, especially when you consider the fact that this movie probably, almost definitely, would have been $1 billion movie, and it is likely that this movie would have been a $1.5 billion movie. When you look at the implications in the China market, of course, being the second largest player in the cinema outlet. So it is disappointing that Mulan will not get it might not get a theatrical run, but this has to be seen as a major coup for Disney Plus. Disney Plus, which is already, of course, exceeded expectations on subscriber milestones. Even paid subscriber milestones. There were a lot of deals going around with Disney Plus when the format launched. So it'll be interesting to see what kind of implications this has for Disney Plus, and whether or not it can. So on the last Investor Weekly that I did, I believe it was last week, it was noted that Disney Plus could be careening towards 200 million subscribers in the time that it took Netflix, I believe, to get between 80 and 100 million subscribers. So this could be massive for the adoption of Disney Plus, especially, like I say, in that Asia market. The third thing that I would like to talk about before getting to a look back at movies: Ryan Gosling has apparently pitched this idea and has been cast as the Wolfman, and it has been said to have been written in the vein of the Jake Gyllenhaal movie Nightcrawler. that is a little bit of a strange composition, if you ask me. Nightcrawler seems that it might lend itself more to a Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde story. If you're looking at classic movie monsters and things like that, maybe even a Dracula movie. I'm not sure how you interweave that necessarily with the Wolfman. Obviously, there are some connections that could be there. The Wolfman as a man is going to be someone who is very on edge with his true nature. I'm not 100% sure I understand the implications with Nightcrawler, as far as the fact that the character, Jake Gyllenhaal's character in Nightcrawler, which was a fantastic movie, was very much a character that you couldn't take your eyes off. He was so weird. I'm sure Ryan Gosling is capable of pulling that off, but how that contrasts with the absolute horror that is the Wolfman as the Beast, I'm not sure. I'm sure they can make it work. It will be interesting. But moving on. June 7th, 2010, 10 years ago this week, we were blessed with The Karate Kid, starring Jaden Smith and Jackie Chan. That is a movie that I saw just enough of to not want to see the rest of, but it went over very well. That was supposed to be another vanity project for Jaden Smith, but it ended up being something that was rumored to be the resurrection of Jackie Chan's career. Something that would give Jackie Chan's career a third, fourth, fifth, or sixth life, depending on how you look at things. June 5th, 2005, we simply have to carry on mentioning Russell Crowe on this channel. June 3rd, 2005, 15 years ago this week, we were blessed with Cinderella Man, starring Russell Crowe. That is another movie. So in one of my Ask Adrian Anything videos, I answered a question, and I listed, I think it was 5 or 10 movies that I can watch whenever. Cinderella Man was not on that list, but it should have been. That is a fantastic movie. It is a movie that shows Russell Crowe in yet another tough guy role, but not your classic tough guy role. Really worth checking out if you are not familiar with that movie. June 5th, 2000, Gone in 60 Seconds, starring Nicolas Cage and Angelina Jolie. It is difficult for me to wrap my mind around the fact that that movie is 20 years old. 20 years old. So, if you go back to 2000, I can put myself in that position. Being in 2000, knowing what's going on, and it's 2000. From then, 20 years ago, was 1980. So for me to be talking about Gone in 60 Seconds being 20 years old today, well, that makes me feel real damn old. Making me feel real damn old. June 1st, 1990, 30 years ago, Total Recall, starring Arnold Schwarzenegger. So that is 30 years ago from June 1st. So just throwing movies out there that have been that have turned X, Y, or Z years old. I think it's fun for me to do. It's something that is for me thought-provoking and interesting to sort of think about. But that is all I have. Not a whole lot of movie news coming out recently. Not a whole lot of stuff going on lately. Hopefully that will all change soon. But I hope to have you back next week for another Popcorn Weekly Movie News. I hope to have you back next Monday for the Weekly Investor, and I will be doing at least one Ask Adrian Anything a week, as well as on Saturdays I'm going to be doing The Week in Adrian. So that's what the future holds for this channel in the next couple days.